This is Skip Unleashed, brought to you by Underdog. Today, I'm still wearing my Dallas Cowboy cap, but I am displaying my Jalen Hurts jersey once again in honor of the Philadelphia Eagles. As a lifelong diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, they have done it to me again when I least expected it. They have made me give up and give in to them again. Last year, I gave up before the season started, and I picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and they listened to me, and they did. Because they wanted to rub it in. They wanted to rub my nose in their pea trail all the way to the Super Bowl. And they did and did and did and did some more. And this year, I told you my Cowboys would go on opening Thursday night and shock the Eagles at the Eagles on banner night as a hopeless underdog. And we did, until my favorite Dallas Cowboy, the best receiver in football, CeeDee Lamb, played like Mary had a little lamb and dropped 4 passes, including 2 big ones, deep ones, in the fourth quarter that would have won us the football game on opening Thursday night and set a whole different tone for our season, which lies in shambles. And I'm only hoping against hope that trading for Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson will somehow raise us from the dead. But for a while, I was rooting against the Eagles because I still thought that we had some miraculous long shot hopes and chances of catching the Eagles and stealing the division. Until what I saw Monday night. Monday night, I saw the defending champs, Eagles, on the road at Lambeau Field, on the nearly frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. I saw the Eagles dominate the Green Bay Packers 10-7. I've never said that about a football game in all my lengthy career, that somebody got dominated at home 10-7, but the Packers did. And I sat back at the end of the game and I said, that's it. Game over, season over. I genuflect. I bow down. I worship the Philadelphia freaking Eagles. I hate the Eagles. I've hated them since I was 10 years old when I became a Cowboy fan. I hate this color of green. It's what I call vomit green. It's just ugly, gross green. Look at it. Who wants to wear this? And I'm wearing it in honor of the Eagles because they earned me wearing it. Once again, they did it to my psyche. They did it to my heart. They did it to my soul. They ripped my guts out on Monday night, hoping against hope that the Packers would inflict a loss on the Eagles. And I looked down the Eagles' schedule before Monday night, and I said, wow, this is not that easy. They got to go home and play Detroit. They got to come to us the week after. They got to come to Jerry World. They got to play the Bears. Suddenly hot 6-3, leading the North Bears. They got to go to the Chargers. We saw what the Chargers did on Sunday night to the Steelers at home. They still got to go to Washington. It is a division rivalry. I don't know, maybe Jaden will be back by then. And then they still have to go to Buffalo on December 28th. And I'm thinking, wait a second, best case, maybe worst case scenario, however you want to look at it, glass half full. But best case scenario for my Dallas Cowboys would have been Packers beat Eagles, Detroit beats Eagles, Cowboys beat Eagles, Bears shock Eagles, Chargers upset Eagles, Commanders stun Eagles, and then Eagles get blown out at Buffalo on December 28th. And all of a sudden, if if the Q factor works in Dallas, Quinnen Williams changed the way my defense plays. With DeMarvion Overshown coming back next Monday night for my Dallas Cowboys, I'm thinking, I got this. We're going to have a miraculous Lazarus-like rise from the dead. We'll catch them. We'll beat them on tiebreakers. We'll steal the NFC East from the freaking Eagles. And I watched them dominate the Green Bay Packers 10-7. Not 1 second of that football game did I ever think Green Bay was going to win it. Not 1 second. The Eagles were in control from jump. It even went down to a potential 64-yard field goal that Brandon McManus stole a practice kick and almost made from 64 with his quote-unquote pulled groin against the wind. And then when he had to do it for real, he vomited all over the field. Just the way this green makes me vomit. And I'm saying, they did it to me again. It's over. Forget it. They're going to win back-to-back Super Bowls. I give it up. I give in. I give you the Philadelphia Eagles. I give you Howie Roseman. I've said it 1,000 times. He runs Super Bowl rings around Jerry Jones. I thought Jerry won the trade deadline with Quinnen Williams. And what happened last night, Monday night? Jalen Phillips happened. Jalen Phillips was the Eagles' defensive MVP. He barely gets there, throws on one of these Erpy green jerseys. For the first time, he's an Eagle on the hallowed tundra of Lambeau Field. Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers. And what does he do? Oh, he only has 7 pressures and 6 tackles, a tackle for loss on the biggest play of the game, 2 hits on the quarterback. He was the Eagles' defensive MVP, as if they needed another defensive MVP. I can't fight this. I can't stop it. Brandon Graham is really going to help them. Howie talked him out of retirement. I've been watching him on NFL Network early in the mornings. And now he's back in the rotation of the defensive line. He will help. This defense, this team, look, this team, it's the smartest team. It's the physically and mentally toughest team. It's the clutchest team on both sides of the ball. Big play clutch. It's the team that knows how to win 10-7 games better than any other team in pro football. This defense is better than it was last year because Jalen Phillips is right in his prime as an edge rusher who can also play the run. What happened on the key play of the game, the 4th and 1 at the 44, minute 26 left in the game? What happened? Jalen Phillips happened. They sniffed the play out. They're calling it out. But somebody still had to beat his man and make the play. Jalen Phillips beat his man, made the play, threw down Josh Jacobs, forced a fumble and recovered the fumble and got a game ball from Nick Sirianni in the post-game locker room. I can't fight that. I can't beat that. Have you been watching Jalix Hunt, number 58? Now I got to watch 50, which is Jalen Phillips, but Jalix Hunt, 58? Howie stole him in the 3rd round out of Houston Christian. Who knew? He's becoming a star pass rusher. He had a big sack. Have you been watching Jaheed Campbell? My God, every time he steps on the field, I look up at number 30s in the middle making another play. They got him at 31st in the 1st round. Traded up with Kansas City 1 spot. 31st. Steal. Zach Bond led him in tackles again because he was the steal of free agency a year ago. Oh, that's on defense. On offense, the steal of free agency was Saquon, and they still can't get Saquon on track, and it just doesn't matter yet. He's averaging 60 yards a game. He had exactly 60 yards Monday night, 22 for 60. That's 2.7 a rush. But what happened when they needed a key play to get him going? Little swing pass into the flat, make you miss. That Carrington kid, Carrington Valentine, I thought he was, made him miss, 41 yards. Next play, bomb to Devontae. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts. I'll take him over Dak Prescott any day, any night, any Monday night. I'll just take him. Will he put up Dak stats? Nope. Will he ever put up MVP kind of stats? Nope. Is he really the unsung MVP of the entire league? Yes, 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 he is. He just makes plays. When plays need to be made, touchdown Devontae. And I love what Saquon said after the game. People forget he won the Heisman Trophy. He did. So AJ didn't get traded. He's still there. He got 3 targets, 2 catches for 13 yards. It just doesn't matter because he makes you honor him because he is so fiercely physical with such claw grips of hands. He makes you notice him. He makes you aware. He makes you double. He makes Devontae so much better. And if he's smart, he'll just keep going along for a ride. They'll need him at some point in some big game down the stretch. They still got a hard schedule. And watch, they're going to win every game home. They took off Monday night winning 10-7, dominating 10-7. I'm looking at this defense. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis are like having 2 Reggie Whites in the middle of it as anchors, co-anchors. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are turning into stars. They were the 2 best corners in the draft, and Howie stole both of them a year ago. Stole them both. Andrew Makuba. I loved him at Texas because every time I looked up, he was in the middle of making another play. Ball hawk, nose for football. Hitter. Blow you up hitter. Stole him at the very last pick in the 2nd round. I can't beat this. My God. Nolan Smith Jr., he's back. He had a sack and 2 quarterback hits. I can't fight back. It's just too much. It's just too good. So I look at their body of work this year and I say, they did beat my Cowboys 24-20 because they just know how to win games. They went to Kansas City and beat Mahomes and Spags 20-17 because they just know how to win. The Rams jumped all over them early 3rd quarter. It looked like it was going to be a rout. What was it, 23-6 at that point? And from that point on, Jalen said, no, watch this. When he needs to open it up and light you up with his arm, can he ever? Did he ever? And they roar back and win that game 31-20. They get a little lucky. They make their own luck. They go to Tampa and beat Baker 31-25. They steamrolled the Bucs. Baker, as he's wont to do, fought back late, but that was an ass-kicking. Yeah, they lost the game at home to Denver. There was some controversial play, some calls. You're going to lose one occasion, 21-17. They went to the Giants. It happens in the division every year. There's always this outlier, freakish game, and that was just pure freakish. The Giants kicked their ass, and then they turned right around and kicked the Giants' ass right back home. They went to Minnesota and won. It's just not that easy to win there. And then they won 10-7. And I just said, okay, the NFC East is over. O-V-E-R-R-R-R-R-R, over. I am done. My Cowboys are done in the East. I'm still hanging on with dear life that we will take off and somehow in a couple of weeks shock the Eagles and steal a playoff berth. But we ain't stealing no East. We ain't winning no NFC. The Eagles will win the NFC. I was pro Joe Burrow before the year started. I don't even think he's going to come back. I don't know why they're going to be 3-7 by Thanksgiving. They might just shelve him for the year. So all of a sudden, the skies have opened. The heavens have opened for the green team. I'm going green. Eagles are going to win it all. I give it up. I vomit it up to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations. We're not even to Thanksgiving yet. And you have just won a back-to-back Super Bowl championship. Congratulations. Eagles.